Alright, so today we are going to be reviewing Anastasia. Anastasia is probably one of my favorite animated musicals. It's definitely my top five. It could be up in the top threes. I'm not even gonna lie. I watched this movie as many times as I've probably watched Princess and the Frog, like Wreck-It Ralph, and even like Secret of the Wings. Because like when we moved from Arizona back to Compton with my grandma, like we watched video like DVDs a lot more than we watched cable because we did not have cable. Like I was a PBS kid and a Cubo kid, so we had a lot of DVDs. So the DVDs we had, we would rewatch them, and then like we would just keep rewatching them. So like this movie, low key on repeat. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't as many. Probably like I'm probably over exaggerating because I definitely have seen Princess and the Frog and Wreck-It Ralph way more. Because I remember when my nephew was younger, like that was his favorite movie, and we used to watch that every single day, bro. And I still watch the movie and love it. So okay, so keep in mind like this is gonna be a biased video. Like I'm obviously gonna give some criticisms to the movie, but it's mainly gonna be me glazing it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Um, a major factor of me liking this movie too is nostalgia, but I think if I were to watch it today, I probably would still like it just as much. It probably wouldn't be in my top three though. I don't really know though. Like I actually couldn't tell you because I've watched it since I was younger. This is one of those movies, like I mentioned earlier, like a lot of people think it's a Disney movie or thought at the back of the day, but it actually was like a dude trying to rival Disney. And I think I could be wrong. I don't hold up. Okay, yes. Don Bluth made he made Secret of Nymph, which I fucking love that movie. He also made American Tail and Thumbelina, and a lot of people hate on Thumbelina, but I love Thumbelina. I love the soundtrack. I love everything about it. What's like another notable one? I can The Land Before Time, All Dogs Go to Heaven is another one. He's actually made a few bangers. Let me see the other director because there's two directors. But yeah, I'm very familiar with Don Bluth. Gary Goldman as well. I'm pretty sure I'm very familiar with. Yes, he worked on pretty much the same movies. Okay. All right. So yeah, I love them. Okay. And Secret of the Nymph will be in my ranking of the 80s dark fantasy. I think because it's an 80s movie and it's a dark fantasy, I feel like. We'll see. Because it might like be a little bit out of place because it's animated, but we won't worry about that for right now. Okay, we're gonna do a quick rundown of the movie. We start off with like the party with the Romanoff, and I think it's like something 100-year anniversary of them being an empire or some shit like that. I don't know, but all we know is like we're getting that little short clip of Anastasia and her grandma. We're like, okay, this is their relationship. We don't see her really interacting much with her family, just a little bit of with her father. Then obviously Rasputin come in, start doing talking all this shit. Then the people come in, invade, and then her whole family is slaughtered except the grandma and her because of like Dimitri. um, they're getting on the train. She gets knocked out somehow. Grandma leaves her, and she's stuck in fucking St. Petersburg for 10 years at that point because she's 8 when it happens, and then 10 years later she's 18. And that's when she kicks out of the orphanage. And the lady like tells her, "Go to this place. I got you a job there." And she says, "I'm going to Paris because I'm going to find my family because of the necklace on that she wears that's connected to the music box that we saw in the first scene of the movie." Right. So we have the beautiful song. Actually, you have rumors in St. Petersburg first, I'm pretty sure, and then Journey to the Past. We're gonna get into that later, so let's not even ramble. So she meets Dimitri and Valdemir, I'm pretty sure. I call him Vlad right now because I'm not calling him by his full name the whole time. So Dimitri and Vlad, they go on this little adventure, little road trip shit, and I feel like this takes place over seasons. Like it's snowing, and by the time they reach Paris, it's spring. So take that as you will. Then we have it where like they're like this sort of little thing where it's like, oh, she's actually the real princess, like we're not actually faking it, this is actually her. So then they go to Paris, and then she meets the grandma, and then Dimitri's having this whole thing because he's realizing who she actually is. And then the grandma obviously finds out it's actually her, and then we have that where they're together, and then there's a little conflict with her and Dimitri, which we'll get into. And then the grandma basically says you should choose him if that's what you want. Like we have all of our lives together. You can choose to go be with him. And she does. And then Rasputin tries to come get his revenge because the whole time he been plotting on her. He been trying to plot on her. Okay. And I don't really mention much because he really is irrelevant to the story. Like he really could be taken out of the movie and it would still be just as good and the same. Except into the dark of the night. You never mind. Anyway. Then we had like the end fight scene with like Rasputin and like Anastasia and Dimitri. And then the end they get eloped. It was a really weird rundown, kind of rambled a little bit, but okay, we're gonna rank the songs in. So number one obviously is Once Upon a December. Liz Cathaway's voice, like Calloway. Calais. I don't even know how to say her name. So I'm gonna call her Liz. Liz's voice, like I love Once Upon a December. Like that, just like I think the sequence in the movie also elevates it. Like, because I know the context and like because you watched the movie up until this point, right? It's like she's sitting here having memories of a family that she actually used to be like very much a part of, right? And like it's kind of in the back of her head because she's like having like memory loss or amnesia and shit. So it's kind of slowly coming back as she's in this building, which was the last time she's seen her family. So it's like, and then the paintings with all the ghosts coming down, all the sparkles and shit, and her sisters get her dressed. It was too much. And then the end, like when her father comes up and then she like kneels down. I remember when I was younger, I actually thought that the father was like another like boy toy for her or whatever. And I'm like, that's weird. And then I got older, I'm like, oh, that's her dad. No wonder he's wearing like more better clothes, but whatever. And then Dimitri like ruins it, coming in trying to like, you don't even live here either. Next we have Journey to the Past. This one's it's a very cool I Want song. But yeah, I love the visuals of the song. I love Puka. Puka. The visual of the song is beautiful. The song is beautiful. Heart, don't fail me now. Courage, don't desert me. Don't turn back now that we're here. Like, are you kidding me? Aaliyah's version was really good. I actually have never heard it before until like probably a few years ago when I was like, hold up, Aaliyah. I think she's in the end credits or something, or like post credit. I can't remember, but she sings it somewhere in there and it's in the credits. You should really listen to it. It's a beautiful rendition of the song. It honestly elevates it because like it's not only Liz that's making it sound good, like it's just a really good song. Also, this light is making me hot. this is a bright this is a bright bulb, okay. Paris holds the key to your heart. I don't know, this Paris holds the key. This song is a mainly like everyone singing, mainly Sophie, I'm pretty sure. Still beautiful. I love like the whole sequence of them shopping in Paris, the whole Paris scene. Emo Dimitri the whole time because this is at the time where he's realizing who Anastasia or Anya actually is. So he's kind of like feeling conflicted because he realizes that he actually cannot be with her, even though he does love her, because now he's realizing he loves her. Oh, girl, I was going through watching this because I was really like feeling the romance. Okay, yeah, and I like Sophie to her heart. Like, are you kidding me? Learn to do it. I actually like the Broadway version of this better. I don't know why. I just like it better, but it's still really fun. When you have a song like that and you know all the lyrics, it's just so much more fun to sing because it's kind of like not a hard song, but there's just a lot of lyrics and words. You have to remember which order they go. So when you're singing, it's like you're like fulfilled singing the song, to be frank. The Reprise is also a banger, but I don't know if it's considered a reprise. It's like the one that Vlad sings while Anya and Dimitri are dancing on the boat. And he's like basically saying that he never should have let them dance because like he's realizing that they like each other. And it was just like, ooh, lyric. Okay, next we have Into the Dark of the Night. It's a really good and fun song. I like the visuals of all the bugs and like it's a cool villain song. I don't know if it's like obviously it's like in second to last place, but that doesn't mean it's a bad song. It's just not my favorite personally, but it's still a decent song. Not much to say about it. And then we have Rumor in St. Petersburg. It's the least memorable. It's at the bottom of the list for a reason. Like I think it's also a very fun um sequence. I actually do like it like at the very beginning of the song, but like it kind of just gets where it's like, ugh, like which would I rather kick out of the movie? It will be this one, but it's still I feel like it's a decent song still. It's not bad. Okay, so the first like topic we're gonna get into regarding Anastasia. I don't know why I keep trying to say Anastasia. Anastasia is the grandma and Anya's relationship. We have the beginning with the celebration and the music box scene when Anya's around 8 years old at the time. And then the hater comes in and messes up everything, like I mentioned earlier. And then Anya falls off the train after they had get out and get away from everything, and she gets knocked out. And the grandmother doesn't even try to grab her or anything, and that just seems unrealistic to me. Like I feel like she would have tried to like get off the train to grab her granddaughter, especially since she is Anastasia Romanoff. Hello, like all right. We fast forward to around almost the final third of the movie. Like it's the end of the movie by this point when we really see the grandma and Anya interact again. And then you have like Dimitri trying to show off Anya to the grandmother, and she clocks his tea immediately. She basically says, I know who you are. You were holding auditions. You're trying to scam me. And Anya overhears this, and this causes their third act fight basically because she realizes, oh, this dude was using me the whole time. Like he doesn't actually think I'm the princess. He's basically trying to get one up on this other woman with me, using my ignorance because Anya is 18 and an orphan. Dimitri steals the car and forces the grandma to talk to Anya. And yeah. they're related. She realizes it's because of the peppermint oil on her hands that Anya recognizes, and she tells a story that she, I guess, regulates because of the smell of the peppermint oil. And then like there's obviously the necklace she wears that is a key to the music box. But Dimitri had the music box and gave it to the grandma. So this is not something the grandma had and she just kept. Dimitri had it. So it's just like, okay, you really had the key. Okay. You really had the key to her heart. And then the next scene, we're like at the grandmother's crib, I think, because I think they left the hotel and went to her house. And then they're like going back and forth with each other. And it's a very cute moment. They're just talking and catching up. And like, I guess the grandma's kind of reminding her of who she was before she got knocked out by the flow. And then she's the Grand Duchess again, and they have a little moment, like where the grandma is basically realizing that Dimitri probably is a good guy because he denies the money, and then she's just like, "Is there anything I can get you?" And he's just like, "No, there's nothing you could give me," or something like where like he can't actually have what he wants because what he wants is Anya. But and then we have the party scene, and this is the last scene that they're together, and it's basically the grandma telling her like, you've been this long without me and I've been this long without you and we'll be fine. Where we've kind of like already like connected again. We will always be in each other's lives. That doesn't really matter. But right now it seems like you want to be with him. So just go be with him. Like you're young, go live your life. Like that's what it was giving. Like she's just like, girl, you can come see me anytime you want. You are the Grand Duchess. Okay. Just go be with your man. And then that's like the end. I feel like this was kind of underdeveloped. I don't really know for sure. It seems like a little bit realistic because they have been apart for 10 whole years. And obviously, her priorities are going to change after she met Dimitri because I don't think she realized that she was going to fall in love with someone that fast. And she did. And the grandma understands. And it is, but really, because it's one of the things just like, does she want to be the Grand Duchess? Like, she's been living her majority of her life at this point as an orphanage, a poor person. So it's like all of a sudden now she's a Grand Duchess. It's like a lot of responsibility. So I understand why the grandma was basically like, I understand if you don't want to do this. Like, go do what you want. It was cute or whatever. It's always like Dimitri and Anya are obviously the main focal point. Like that's really what you watch it for, the romance. You don't really watch it to watch Anya and the grandma interact because they barely do at as her age of most majority of the story, because in the beginning that's a flashback. And then we really only have the third act where she's actually interacting with the grandmother. Still better than the next section, which is the villain. His name is Rasputin, which is weird because he's actually named, just like most of the other characters are, he's named after a real person in real life based off like the Anastasia story or the Romanov family like story. So it's like, why would y'all name the villain after a dude who's innocent? Without him, this movie would be just as good or maybe even better because they would force the story or screenwriters and like directors to make up actual conflicts for them to have to overcome other than like Rasputin trying to fuck up their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, it's like lucky a cop out, but whatever. My main question is why he wanted Anya dead so bad, but not the grandmother. Like he dies because he's trying to get Anya and snatch her up, and he falls into the ice and dies. And then he's just like on her nuts on them, and he's like on it till the end. Like he even leaves the underworld or whatever just to go to handle her by himself. It's like, what are you so pressed for? I really don't understand that, and I never have. And I've seen this movie over 100 times. It seems like. Is it because he can't leave that limbo unless she's dead? I think that's actually why, because I feel like he mentioned something about the fact that, oh, this is why I'm still here because of her. And I'm guessing the Empress Dowager doesn't count as being a part of the Romanov family, but I don't know why she wouldn't count. But I know for sure, like, he mentioned something about that. And he was like, I guess, confused on why he was still in limbo. And the reason why he was still in limbo is because I guess whatever hadn't been actually fulfilled because like Anya is still alive. So yeah, I'm done. And I didn't rewatch the movie. I just thought of it because when he's first introduced after like Bardock takes the little like thing to him or whatever, and he's like, oh, like where I've been looking for this, and I'm like, why didn't you take this to him earlier? Anya obviously rocks his shit at the end, right? Like she don't tear him up, but like Dimitri doesn't really help. Like Anya does it on her own, kind of. I don't even think Dimitri saves her. Like he kind of does come and like help her because that's his woman. But Anya saves herself. I'm pretty sure because she's the one who like breaks the thing and da da da. Like Dimitri's handling the stone Pegasus over there. Like let's talk about Dimitri and Anya, shall we? Because this is obviously the best part of the movie, other than the songs. let's get into it. Dimitri is well written. His wants and needs are clear without it being explicitly said. There are hints and stuff until like why he is like the way he is and why he's trying to get this money. But like you kind of know why. Like you use your own outside context to kind of infer what he wants out of this situation. Enemies to lovers. Lovers, let me hear you scream. Their love story was so fire. Even when I was younger, I knew I was like watching something special. I hear a lot of people like talk about this like banter doesn't equal chemistry. And another example would be like Kristoff and Anna, which I personally love. Like I thought they had so much chemistry when I watched it, and when I watch it, it's like, ooh, like this is real tea. But a lot of people say that she has more chemistry with Hans. But my thing is, yeah, he's manipulating her. Like, yeah. He's not even actually like that. So yeah, he would. Dimitri is a bit of a dickhead, sexist and misogynistic a little bit. It's just like certain things he says. It's like, oh, really, twin? Okay. And Anya is a headstrong, not gonna take shit from nobody. So I feel like their initial attraction to each other makes them hostile towards each other, which is super weird. I don't know, because I feel like they both knew that like they both were physically attracted to each other as soon as they met, but they immediately are very hostile toward each other, arguing, hitting, and punching, and like it's crazy. They're around the same age and have a past together they aren't both aware of at this point, that makes like their connection and like love story a little bit more deep and like have a little more complexity. Their banter and dialogue I feel is very realistic, and the voice actors really aid. When Valdemir calls out Dimitri for his attraction, he calls Anna a skinny brat, which I don't think she's that skinny, but we have the both scene where it's like, oh yeah, I'm talking about it. It was the part where like Valdemir was like, you don't lead him, let him lead you. Romance, just pure romance. Okay, like what can I say? Okay, and then later when she has that nightmare and she's sleepwalking, he helps when she's about to jump off the boat, but he's strong as shit because like he literally lifts her up and it's raining and he like carries her. And the scene when he hugs her, he like smiles and it's really cute. So then there's a whole section where he realizes she's actually the Grand Duchess and he's all somber and stuff. And I was realizing that she's the Grand Duchess and he also loves her or likes her. I don't know about love yet, but he liked her at this point. Then the Russian ballet happens with the grandma, and she was running her mouth, and then Anya overhears and like slaps some sense into him, like straight up, because it's like he's over trying to explain himself and da da da. It's like that does not matter to her or even us. Like you trying to explain yourself doesn't matter because you still lied and tried to use this girl for your own personal financial gain without even telling her about the personal financial gain. Like you literally was just like you literally used her wants and needs, which was wanting to be a part of a family as an 18-year-old girl against her. Like, and given Dimitri's not that much older than her, he's probably max 3 years older than her, but it's still like at the end he doesn't take the money, like we all know. But he also doesn't tell Anya, which I feel like was good because if he would have just like put it all in her face, like I didn't even take the money, it would have took away from the emotional impact of the scenes and later scenes and them even getting together. He's doing this out of love, not because of love, basically. Like he's not doing this to get her to be with him and like get her to forgive him. He's doing it because he loves her and that's what he wants to do. And he doesn't want to take that money because he feels fulfillment for actually helping her find her family. The end scene with Rasputin. Talk about him being a writer. Like that man, like he was writing for Anastasia. I'm like, okay. Period. And then the end scene is super cute. They've eloped and they're back on the boat. And we finally get a kiss because they've been teasing it the whole movie, and then they finally kiss at the end, which was very, very satisfactory. Okay, perfect beginning in my opinion. I feel like too with the relationship, there's a lot we do not see. Like I said, like a little bit earlier. This kind of takes place when it's snowing versus it all the way up until when it's springtime. So they've been having a few months together, max 3 probably, or maybe even more because like I'm pretty sure it's early spring by the time they get there. So it's just like they have like at least 3 months minimum of them, I guess, getting to know each other. So it's like a lot we don't see. And I think that also helps with it because we know that there's a passage of time. And then even Vlad realizes it. He mentions it because he said something like I said earlier, I never should have let them dance. And then real, this is like a little like honorable mention. Jesus, I cannot think of that word. Honorable mention from the quotes. And it's when Anya's like, I'm feeling a little dizzy. And then Dimitri's like kind of lightheaded. and they almost kiss. Like Anya was ready and he was too. I can't even remember why they didn't kiss. All I know is they was finsta and they didn't. They did not kiss. Talk about Anya. Her plot line is finding who she really is, which means finding out who her family is, which is cool. She almost is like a real person. I feel like she has weaknesses and strengths, of course, and she has a beautiful voice and singing voice. She has auto she has autonomy and she is driven. Minus the scene on the train, it's never actually really talked about much about her wants and need for finding a family other than Journey to the Past. Like we don't really get that. Like, why do you care so much? Is it because of like the memories? I'm guessing that's more like you can like infer all this, obviously, like going off your own thing. It's a lot of like, I mean, they kind of do tell instead of just showing, but it's also kind of like showing instead of telling as well. We know she talks about it a lot in the orphanage because of what the lady says to her when she leaves. She's like repeating verbatim where she always says, because she says the same thing every time someone says something like this to her about her family. Yeah, so that really was drives the plot, which is decent enough for me. Like it's the reason why she accepts their proposition. It's the reason why she goes to Paris. It's the reason why she's even chilling with these old Malds, but like these dudes, like she doesn't really know them, but she's like that's her goal and that's what drives the plot. I love Anya, period. Her hair confuses me real bad because in the beginning it's in this ponytail with like a braid wrapped around it. Then at the boat it's like down her back. Then it's up. Then it's like where length is your hair? Like are those extensions? We're gonna yap about the art style real fast. The movie has a beautiful art style. Like I don't know, it's giving very like classical drama. I'm pretty sure by this point they were using computers to do digital animation. I mean like hand drawn like they weren't actually drawing out stuff anymore at this point. Like it was mostly on a computer that they were using, which is still like it's still kind of like traditional a little bit. Yeah, so I decided to actually look up this point. It was actually hand drawn with a mixture of CGI and computer like stuff. So I was wrong. It is hand drawn, but not fully hand drawn. I love the overall feel, love the extra sparkles, the way they draw the clothes, the way they draw the faces, expressions. It's very like unique in a sense, but it also is very much Disney-esque because clearly they were trying to like exude that. That's why like in The Secret of the Nymph, I feel like it has such a beautiful art style. Like that movie, like I can like vividly think of like certain scenes and it's just so gorgeous. Like, that dress. That dress is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. The color, the silhouette, the accessories, the makeup, the hair, the scene where we first see the whole thing, how she shows up in a coat so you can't see it. They knew what they was doing. Like if I had went to prom, I would have tried to recreate that dress for prom. I kid you not. Like such a beautiful dress. Like, ugh. Mm. Moving on. Anya has this weird Morticia Adams thing where her eyes just get light on them. If you can explain that to me, please let me know. I don't know why that happens. Like it happened in the scene with the dress. And it happens like 3 other times or maybe 2 other times. I'm like, why are your eyes lighting up? We didn't really talk about Puka a lot, but Puka is 10 out of 10 spirit guy slash companion. Like he literally was like her spirit guy. Like he was literally pulling her and stuff. He even woke up Dimitri when she was walking, sleepwalking. Like he literally was him. Like, are you kidding me? I wrote C block at the end though. Oh, yeah, at the end when like they fought and stuff, he like messed up the kiss. They was finna kiss and he like messed it up. I think that's what I'm referring to. The end credits kind of suck. Like before Aaliyah comes on and starts doing her Zan thing, is absolutely ass. I don't know who sung that. I'm sorry, that shit was garbage. I was like, it was like the first time I had actually really heard it. I was like, who is singing this? It was a man and woman duet. And they were singing a song we had already heard in the movie, I'm pretty sure. Or they were singing a song that I know. And it was just like, oh. And then here come Aaliyah. Like, okay, come save the day. Because that shit was bitch. All in all, I love this movie, okay? But yeah, I hope you had so much fun watching this video. I hope you agree with most of my points. If you disagree with anything, you can let me know. Respectfully. Respectfully. But yeah, I hope you have a good morning, evening, or night. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Side note, I do want to do like a video ranking of all the 80s dark fantasies that I've watched because I've actually seen majority of them, which is like kind of cool, I guess, that I'm like into that niche.